Hi everybody. Today I'm going to do that Victorian shawl that I put online the other day that everybody likes so much, so I'm just gonna do a short tutorial on how to do this. I'm not gonna do the earrings because I can do that in another tutorial, but this is what we're gonna do tonight. I'm not gonna do it the same size. I'm just gonna do a mini version of it, but it's the same thing. You just make it bigger, like do more additional rows, and that'll be it. So to do this, I used a Sullivan cotton. This is the same, but the problem is that I already threw out. I'll put a picture on the video of the kind of cotton that I'm using. I'm gonna be using a 3 millimeters crochet, this cotton, a pair of scissors, a needle, and that's it. Okay, so we are going to start now. It is very simple. Now, the initial, to start with, you just do 7 chain. So you start your loop however you do it and do 7 chains. Oops. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 7 in total. Then you do a double crochet on the first chain that you made here. So stick your crochet on the first chain and do a double crochet. You end up with that kind of triangle there. Then you chain 6 more. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Turn your work and do a single crochet on that circle or triangle. After you've done that, you chain 3, get another double crochet and count the third chain from the bottom, from where you started. That's your third, first, second, and third. Double crochet on that. And that's the very tip of the shawl, the V at the end. Now chain another 6. Once you've done that, again, turn your work, single crochet on the first loop there, and then chain 5. Single crochet on the next loop, chain 3. Double crochet on the third chain again, from the side. So that's how it's looking now. We chain 6, turn your work, single crochet on the first loop, and then 5 double crochet, single crochet on the next loop, all chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again, and single crochet on this one. When you get to the last one, always do 3 and a double crochet on the first, second and third chain. Oh Christ. Okay, then you do 6, turn around, turn your work, single crochet on the first loop there, on the first space, and then another 5, single crochet on the first space, 1 2 3 4 5 again, single crochet on the next chain, 1 2 3 4 5, and that's the last one. When you get to that, you do 3 and double crochet on the first, second and third. On the third one. So as you go on, you will have little squares on the side, and you will have a net all through that is made out of chains of 5. I'll show you on the other one. See, this is how it goes. Those are the squares and your net of chains of 5. So that's all it is. All through is just chains of 5s, and at the end, when you start your, I'll show you here. When you're gonna start here, the next row, it is 1 2 3 4 5 6. Turn your work and start your next row, and that's how you start every row, with 6, and that's end up making like little squares on the side. Then you do your net in the middle, 1 2 3 4 5, and chain in the middle, single chain, 1 2 3 4 5, single chain, 1 2 3 4 5, single crochet, 1 2 3 4 5, single crochet, being the last loop in there, you do 1 2 3, double crochet on the third chain, and we start the second one now, or the next row. So the next row, 1 2 3 4 5 6, turn around, single crochet, and then 5 for the netting that goes in the body of the shawl, and we continue 1 2 3 4 5 and get there, 1 2 3 4 5, and keep on going, 1 2 3 4 5, and do that, 1 2 3 4 5. We got to the end here, which is the last little space, and then you do 1 2 and 3, double crochet 3 from the bottom, and we are ready to start the next row. 19 rows. When you do yours, just make sure that you make an uneven number of rows before you close. So I got 19 here on my scarf, the one that I showed you before. on this one I've got 49. Okay, so I'm just gonna close it now so you can see how to end this job. I got to the end here and I'll do again my six chain, turn your work around, make sure always to hook on the first space, and on the last row when you close it here, instead of 5, make only 4 on each, 4 chains on each loop. So 4 single crochet, single crochet, 1 2 3 4, single crochet, 1 2 3 4, and single crochet, 1 2 3 4, single crochet. As you can see, it sort of gives the whole thing a little bit of shape. It's not as floppy and curvy. It brings it up a little bit. At the end of this row, at the end of the longer side of your triangle or your shawl, you do the same thing again. You do 3 chains, double crochet on the 3rd chain, and that is the end of it. Now to start the border, what you do is 3 half double crochets between every single double crochet on that line. So you turn it around and you have the first half double crochet is 2 chains, and then you do another 2 and 3. So that's your first 3, and then you go and do 3 half double crochets on the next space between the 2 double crochets, or the equivalent of 3 double crochets on the other row, and you keep going. 1 2 and 3, and again 1 2 and 3. So that's how it looks as you go through the side. Okay, once I get to the end of it, or the little corner here, I'll get back to you again, so I'll show you how to do that corner. And at the end of this row, we got to this little corner, so you do your 3 half double crochets as normal there, and then again in that tip you do the same thing, 3 double crochet, 1 2 and 3, then you do 3 chains, or you make two chains, make it 2, and then another 3 half double crochets on the other side, making sure you actually catch the tile of the corner there so it doesn't show, and another double crochet and half double crochet here, and then you continue on as you did on the other side. This is annoying, but 2 and 3 1 and 2 and 3, and you end up with that little hook in there where you're going to work on the next row. Okay, I'll meet you at the end of this to show you how to continue. Now at the end of this, as you can see, I've got already both sides. Now I'm going to do the longer side of this shawl, and I'll show you how to do it right now. So you got 3 double crochets again, and another 3 double crochet in the last one, and then we got to the last space in there. You do the same thing, 1, 2, and the last one will be 2 chains, and then you hook back in here with a slip stitch. Now once you get here, to give this side a nicer finish, you just do single crochets all through. So you do, I'm going to make 2 single crochets here, 1 and 2, because it's just a small opening, and then we had 4 chains on each of these loops, so we are going to do 4 single crochets on each of them. 2, 3 and 4, and so on. 1, 2, 3 and 4, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. As you can see, it gives it a little bit of a nicer finish, and it holds it better too. So yeah, it looks a lot better. I'll show you on my shawl, on the other one. See how that's how it looks. At the end of this longer side of the shawl, we have to do like the other side, 2 single crochets, and then we make a slip stitch on the first chain that comes out. And now we're facing the other side. Now to do this side, we do double crochets, so it's 1, 2 and 3. That's the equivalent of a double crochet. The difference in here is that we are going to do, as you can see here, a double crochet space, double crochet space, double crochet space. The space is made by skipping 1 chain. So I got the 3 chains here for a first double crochet. This is the space or the extra chain. Skip 1, double crochet, chain, 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 skip 1 and double crochet. And this is how it looks. Okay, so when I get to the corner here, I will stop again and show you how to do that. Right, now we're at the corner here, so I'm going to show you how to do this bit. I just did the chain, I skip one, and then another chain, skip one, and get into the hook, into the loop, another chain, skip one. Oh, you don't skip anything here, another chain, and that's it. So in that corner that you have here, you do 3 double crochets separated by one chain, all of them. And when you come to the other side, you do the same thing, skip one, oopsies, and do that, skip one, and continue on. And that's how it looks. And I'll catch up with you again when I get to the end of this. Now that we are at the end, I'll just do skip one, double crochet, skip one, and double crochet in the last, in the last chain there. Okay, so once I do that, all I need to do is go into the next row, which is clusters, and I'll show you how to do that. So you got 1, 2, 3, because it's double crochet, turn your work, and we're gonna do just half a cluster here, so it's 3 double crochets, and then you skip 2 double crochets, and on the third one do a full cluster, is 3 double crochets on top of that double crochet in the other row, 1 chain, and another 3 double crochets, and skip 2 and get to the third one and do another full cluster, 2 and 3, 1 chain, and another 3 double crochet. Okay, and it starts looking like that. So when I get to the end of that side at the corner here, I'll meet you again so I can show you how to do this turn around here. At the corner here we continue with the clusters, but this is a little bit different, but yeah, not much. So you skip 2 and you get to the first double crochet inside that corner space. So you do 3, you do a full cluster here, and 3 single crochet, 3 double crochets, and in this corner, instead of skipping, you do all 3 double crochets inside the corner. Okay, so you do another cluster on top of the next one, 1, 2 and 3, 1 chain, and 1 2 and 3, and then the last double crochet is this one, the last cluster inside that corner, 1 and 2 and 3, 1 chain, 1, 2 and 3, and then you skip 2 and take on to the other side of the shawl. So I'll do this full cluster and I'll show you how it looks. And 1 chain and another 3 double crochets, 1, 2 and 3, and that's how it looks. It turns out really attractive, and that's what it gives, that Victorian kind of look, that little border. Okay, I'll meet you at the end to show you how to finish it off here, and that will be the end of it. At the end of this, this is the last section of the side, so we do 1 cluster, full cluster, and 1 chain in between the sets, 1, 2 and 3. Then we get to, because we haven't got 2 here, we just do half a double crochet, half a cluster, and close it. 2 and 3, and that's it. We then go through this and stitch and I'm gonna just get the needle and stitch it through the back. So when you do that, you just go through a couple of loops and then just thread it through, and maybe through one of these clusters. And then go back on it just to secure the end. And cut the excess. And that's it, all done. So what I used on my gift, I use a ring, just a simple ring, depending on the size of your shawl or scarf, is the size of your ring. You just go to one of those $2 shops and buy a big enough ring. Then just pull the 2 ends together, put them through and through, and that's how it looks. It is very pretty, it's very gracious. This is obviously a mini one. You can actually do this for you and your baby. Or if you don't have babies, maybe you have a little dog that would love to use something like this, just matching with you. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for your attention and your patience with my stuff ups on the video, but I'm trying to improve every day. See you next one.